What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Orb Plus. Today we have progress made and progress to be had. Right? Progress made yesterday was quite fortunate for us. We managed to get right where we wanted to be when it came to the trade we took, knowing full well that had that been real, like we actually put our money into it, that would have been very, very scary to see happen. Very, very sketchy. Not gonna lie. Very, 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 very sketchy. Yeah. Yesterday, the last video we posted, right? That was a very scary trade. But it was a fortunate one. Why? Because we made back the $900 we lost on the trade before. Go us. Woo. Now to get to a little more intriguing mode, right? Just a little more learning to do. So last video, we went through the building blocks like typical. We're going to do the same thing again today, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the stop loss we did in last video on this video, just so we're clear. Stop loss will not move until we have taken one take profit, and it'll move up every so often, right? Even if we don't take profit, we will still move stop loss, so that way, as price does go higher, because typically that's how that works, we'll minimize the loss in the event our idea is wrong for the trade. That's a valid idea to take into account. With that being said, we are at 654 right now. We're at 654, right? We are an hour, effectively. An hour away from pre-market open. We're looking at what the daily has to offer on both S&P and NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and fix this right quick because holy crap, were we intense the other day on just hoping and praying that trade worked out. The idea was right. No longer stressed about that trade. Now ready for this one. Look, it actually kept my drawings there. Well, every other marker under the sun. In any case, what do I think daily's doing? I think this was our retrace. This was a strong retrace. It filled up two imbalances. I think price is going to continue moving lower. So I'm going to be looking for, guess what? A short position. Is NASDAQ doing the same thing? Yep. Do we fill two imbalances? Not quite, but we know exactly what NASDAQ is going to be doing. So I imagine it will continue moving higher just to clear this imbalance specifically. And I imagine as we get closer and closer, like down to the minutes, we'll see that price has actually gone way higher and actually cleared this take profit from last video's trade. So I think we're going to be looking for a short, right? Right. I think we're going to be looking for a short. This is on the daily. This is the general idea. This is what I think price is going to do. However, at the same time, per this candle right here, we have a new high and we have broke structure, assuming this right here does not close lower than the previous low, right? Assuming we're still in a downtrend, right? What we're waiting on is for price to continue higher. And again, I'm pretty sure it's already crossed this line on the NASDAQ to clear this imbalance as well. So we're looking for a short. Plain and simple. That idea is open to change. Let's go to the 4 hour because we got to go to the 4 hour. Let's go and actually delete this because yay. Do this and zoom way the flip in just because we want to. Let's go ahead and mark out our pre-market open. Right here we have 20. This is the 4 hour, so it's not going to line up the way we want it. $20. 4, 8. Why am I doing it here? This is Thursday. Go away. This is more accurate. 1, 4, 8. Yay! We now have tomorrow's sessions marked out. Woo! Let's go ahead and delete all of this. Boom, boom. We have danced across that line several times. It's a good thing we got out when we did right here, because this is not looking pretty anymore. Let's go ahead and delete this. You know what? Hang on. Let's just do that. Let's remove everything. Because who likes a messy workspace? I don't. Four, 8. S&P, boom. 50. 4, 8. Good. We're going to go down to our 30-minute on both charts. Boom. We're looking for not 30-minute. We have to actually go down to 5 because stupid thing doesn't want us to go any further than that. 950. I clicked off that. Boom. That's good. Let's go ahead and boom. It doesn't matter. We have what we wanted. We're actually going to make that a little bit darker. Pretty sure we did that on the last video too. Go down to 5. Scooch on over a sec. This one we're looking for 950. Yay! We have our markets marked and good to go. Let's go back up to the 4-hour on this. Let's go to the 4-hour on this. Yay. Yeet. Boom. What am I seeing on the 4-hour? Yep, chart time. I get it. Shut up. Good. Let's go ahead and zoom way in here. What am I seeing on the 4-hour? I'm seeing a retrace. I'm looking at it bombed out. I'm looking at price that looks like it's about to go higher. We have not broke structure, and per way down here, we still have a huge amount of up to go. However, I think price is wanting some of this right here. We cleared an imbalance from over here. Man, price took a hike from where we left. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. It went from all the way down there, right, where we entered. To it took a hike. Dang. Is that what I need to do, chat? We would have been stopped out on this idea right here. We took a trade on this, and I think we left up there, right? What is this action right here? This was what? 10? 10 at night on Friday. Monday, Tuesday. We're currently on Wednesday. We took a trade in this. This was the trade we lost. This was the trade we lost. Comment section. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. I do see the trend and what it's doing. I'm looking at this fair value gap right here. This is what cleared the imbalance to the left. Actually, we've been clearing a couple imbalances, so this right here might actually be a true fair value gap. On the 4-hour, I'm looking at, again, a continuous uptrend. I'm not seeing any break of structure because that closed higher than the previous low. We're waiting for it to create a new high on the 4-hour. So as of right now, I'm fully expecting in the next hour and a half, technically 2.5 hours because we can't take a trade till 9:50. I'm fully expecting at 9:50 the price to come back down in a retrace, create a new low, and continue higher. See, I could be open to change. I'm also expecting before 9, before potentially 8, price to tank into this zone right here. I think price is going to come down a ways to clear this imbalance. Once it does, it'll probably close below right here, this imbalance here. And as a result, we will have a full leg back up, continuing to move higher. We're waiting on an inverse or value gap for the 4. That's our sign that, yes, price is going to continue higher. The only thing that would stop us from doing that is watching price come up, right? Create a new high, then create a new low, and the low sweep this liquidity right here. Once it sweeps that, we're looking for it to come down. That'll be our reversal sign. Wait for break of structure, and then from there, inverse or value gap for continuation down. If I don't see any form of liquidity sweep past this point right here, and that's on a down candle with a wick up high, I'm going to assume that price is moving higher. From this, set down to the hour. Actually, let's make sure that the charts look somewhat the same, because that would be smart. Make sure no SMT divergences are happening. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see any divergence. Not one. The only divergence I see is right here. From there to there. From there to there. That's the only divergence. SMT divergences are confirmations that price is going to reverse back down. Does this make sense in context with the rest of this price? Kinda. Why? Because we had a down candle here, right? We had a breaker block, down candle, order block, liquidity sweep. From that, we should see price move down, which is in line with what the daily is saying. We have topped off this move, and we are moving back down. Once that's the confirmation, once that has reached its point, we'll continue with our building blocks back down. I believe we are going to be looking for a short today. I believe we are. That being said, let's head to the hour. Boom. Let's go ahead and mark out our session highs and lows. Get that out the way. Boom. Horizontal ray. We have Asian session. How do you identify high? Up, down, boom, there. Yay. How do you identify a low? Down, up, low, boom. Yay. How do you identify a high? Down, up, boom, low. Yay. How do you identify, sorry, I said that backwards, a low. How do you identify a high? Up, down, boom. Highest point between the two is right there. Hey, do we care about this low? No. Why? Because it was cleared. Yay, that's good. We now have, do we care about this high? I don't think so. Why? Because we have a session high up here. Boom. Yay. Process of elimination, we have this range to work with. I think price is going to continue moving down because we broke structure on that right there, on that candle. It closed lower than this low did. Down, up. Actually, it didn't close lower than that, so structure has not been broke. We are still in an uptrend. So what are we waiting on? We're waiting on break of structure down to the downside. Let it continue, fill in a fair value gap, make it inverse. From there, prices soar higher, but because we are in this mini retrace back down, we're looking for a short specifically. We want to see it close below this low. Down, up, low. If it closes below this low, that's a confirmation sign that price is going to continue barreling down. If it closes below both of these lows, I'm convinced short is the way to go on this chart. Let's check out S&P, see what we got there. Boom, boom, yay. Let's go ahead and mark out session highs and lows, up, down, high. Why am I marking this candle specifically? Well, it's because of where it's opened. Can't control where it opens. Down, up, low, boom, yay. High, it would be up, down. Can't really find that, so we're looking for low. Down, up, boom, yay. Our high would be at the end of this. We're waiting on that to form. Currently waiting on that to form. Until this forms, I don't really care to look for it. I'm just waiting patiently. And again, this could be a retrace. What I'm looking for specifically, if this is in fact a retrace, is for it to continue higher past this key level here. And it'll do that before this, right? If it continues higher past that key level before this, we know it's going to continue moving higher. From this, we go here. Do I care about this low? No. Why? Because guess what? There's a low in London. Yay. Yay. We have our price range-ish We're waiting on a high to form to potentially move this higher. That's what we're looking for. That's what it will be. I imagine it'll barrel down. It'll barrel, and it'll probably close below something like this right here. It'll probably get so low to close below this, right? And from that low, it'll probably come back up and barrel through the key point up here, right? Our key level. With this being the case, we have all that situated. We know what price wants to do. We know what price might do. And as a result, we're just waiting on confluences to get hit. Before we get any further, let's go ahead and enable this. Let's enable this one, this one, this one, that one, that one, that one. That's news. Yes, gold. Okay. Let's go ahead and enable this. Get it nice and gold. There you go. You can see news, same as me. I'm looking at USD core durable goods order MM. Okay, durable goods order MM. Okay. FOMC. FOMC, which means price action is going to be crap today. It's going to sit on one of the key levels, and I'm half tempted to say it is going to do exactly what it did yesterday. It is going to, hang on, that's the wrong screen. I am going to shut this off and go here so you can see this. I think what is going to happen, because we are currently not in a downtrend, we're in an uptrend, right? But we're on the retrace, the top of the retrace. So we're looking for break of structure, or not a break of structure, but a liquidity sweep from here. It'll barrel down into this key zone, right? When it barrels down into this, we'll be looking for confluences that, yes, price is going to continue in that direction, right? At which point we need to be on our toes and ready to go when the time comes to enter the trade and exit the trade before it reaches this level again. Because, and according to last time, and the time before, and even when we lost, price decided to move past our key level and actually dance on it and hit it like 4 or 5 times. I believe last trade it hit it about 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. It danced on it, and then from that, we waited for the most opportune moment to enter the trade, and we waited until we thought it was okay to leave. We actually wound up getting stopped out, but from that stop out, we actually managed not to lose that much money. We actually made money from it. We're actually getting better at doing trades on FOMC days with yellow counters. And you saw it. You saw it, comment section. Here. You saw it here. Yellow folder, yellow folder. If either of these were red, I would straight up say, nah, I'm good. Not even gonna happen. Not doing it. Nope. Screw it. Gone. Bye. Boom pow. Yeet. You get the point. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this up. And then I'm gonna close this. Boom, because I don't need it anymore. And I'm tired of having a flashbang in my face. We'll minimize that, so it's out the way. What I think price is going to do. Final thoughts on the hourly. Let's actually go to our 30-minute to see what's happening even more intrinsically. So what do I see happening? I see that S&T divergence we were talking about earlier. This one going down here, this one coming up to here, right? That's the S&T divergence. This is confirmation that price might continue moving higher, but it could be also confirmation of a liquidity sweep from, well, we didn't get a liquidity sweep. How you identify those on the for continuation moving up, right? It'd be a down up, and then of course down up, boom. The close did not happen. Actually, this wick did not fall below this low here. And as a result, no liquidity sweep. However, up, down, high, we did sweep this. S&T divergence. It's displaying the wrong information. Did it sweep it on the other one? Up, down, up, down. It did not. Let's actually make sure this is the correct time to see this too. Go away so I can see my chart. 10:30. That's not the correct. This is 10:30. Okay, so I need to do this right here. Yep. From here to here is correct. From here to here is not. Because from here down, boom. We didn't break structure because we closed higher than the previous high, which works. We still haven't broke structure. This is a low here that was just made, and price is continuing to move higher, which tells me we are still within structure. That price is going to go higher. FOMC likes playing funny little games with us, and that price range looks a lot like what we took yesterday. If I had to guess, I'm going to say we're taking a trade on the buy side, long position. Genuinely guessing here because we have an S&T divergence. Price is continuing higher on the S&P, and it's also continuing higher on the NASDAQ, which tells me because price is up on the NASDAQ, it's actually forecasting what the S&P 500 is going to do next. So we'll be taking the trade again on S&P 500, and we'll be using the NASDAQ to tell the future of the S&P 500. So when we spot our S&T divergence a second time, we know what price is going to do based on the NASDAQ. FOMC, I am fully expecting it to dance. Like, it might not even hit a key level until after our trade time hits. Fully expecting that to happen. That's just how that is. That's how that works. With that being the case, technically, we are in a downtrend on this. For this particular move from here down per Asian session open, we are in a downtrend, and that's typical of Asian session, right? From it moving down, we do have a break of structure here on this candle, closed lower than this low here. As a result, we barreled on down. However, per the overall larger trend, we have not broke structure yet. Down, up, boom. Until we close below this low, trend's moving strong. I'm tempted to say we're going on a long position. How do I identify what's happening, what we're going to do for a long position? We're technically at the moment waiting for this to close or actually touch this key level here. Once it touches this, from this point on, we're looking for building blocks, confirmations. Everything under the sun until we find the best opportune moment to trade, at which point we enter for a long. Watch it soar higher because guess what? We are still within trend. Once it soars higher and we make our bank, we move out of the market for the day, and we all have a better life ahead of us. That is the goal. That's my goal anyway. I want a better life because I don't think I'm deserving of it, but I know of about 6 others who are. Actually, 9 others who are. So, yeah. That being the case, I think we've done pretty good so far. I think we've done very, very nice for ourselves at the moment. Something I also wanted to cover in this video, I wanted to learn in this video. I want to know how to partially enter. Okay. So there's such a thing as partial close. So there is a way to do it. I just asked Google if you could enter the S&P 500 with only $10 because I'm curious to know what that would look like and how it would work for me. Central breakdown per the AI overview. Yeah, I get it. Don't take it for fact. Take it for legit. Just a bunch of different sources lined up into one, and it might work. The S&P 500 is a benchmark index that tracks. I'm not going to read it all to you because copyright. If you think that's what we're here for, you're higher than a kite. This is my research trying to figure out what exactly I'm looking at. Uh-huh. Let's see. So I have one. I see. Huh. Okay. So they allow it. My broker, so I have two brokers. One allows fractional, the other one doesn't. For fractional entries, I'm looking to enter the market with only $10. I'm looking to make a profit off of a very small amount of money, and I want to build that capital as slow and as easily and as cautiously as I can. Build it up to an amount that I'm comfortable with investing a large share. Kind of like my other broker that allows and only allows for full on investments. You purchase a share, from that point on, you're in it. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for. My goal's fairly simple, and it's actually, I think, relatively okay to do this. I think it's okay to do this because I'm investing small amounts first, and I'm not investing large amounts until I have said large amount to invest, at which point it works in my favor. Okay. So I know this doesn't support it, but they do. Assuming I can pass their thing, which that is what this is working me up to. Assuming I can pass that, it works. I just have to pass them, insert my amount, trade off of that for a little while until I get the capital needed. Once I have an amount desired, swap brokers, and then from there, trade through them. Get that going the way it needs to. I understand those limitations. Love it when there are people who have had this experience before where they're not wanting to invest their entire wallet on a stock and, and for whatever reason, you just can or can't or won't, or it doesn't matter. But they have the experience to say, hey, it's best to look at those videos on the site your broker is on, right? And from there, make your best judgment. I am comfortable with both brokers that I currently have accounts with, both of their restrictions on their stocks. They are exactly what I want, best of both worlds style. Interactive brokers, brokerage number one, allows for partial entry, so I can enter the market wherever I want to for $10. They charge a small fee, $1 to $2, but that is nothing compared to the gain I could potentially have on a $10 investment. It would make sense, don't just do $10 because one, it it's a crossroad, right? I have to risk more to gain more, right? The problem is if I invest $10 and they charge 2, but I make 12, I still come out with 10. So I wouldn't need to make a trade worthwhile. I need to make a trade that encompasses that $10 plus more. Subtract 2. It wouldn't be 10, it'd be 12 that I'd have to invest with, and then that profit would have to be higher. So I need to get good at making trades that make sure I make such an amount of money that it doesn't matter how little I trade, I am 100% going to be getting more than double what I put in. So at the end of the day, after they charge for the small amount that I put in, I am still covered when it comes to taking that trade. And I also need to learn how Interactive Brokers platform works, because I've only ever experimented with their account portal, right? And I tried putting the paper trading onto TradingView. That didn't work. So now I'm left in a, not a chasm, but a hole, if you will. I'd like to know exactly how to navigate their stuff and what best strategies I can use from TradingView to IBKR, so when I go to invest, I'm not losing a crud ton of money due to technical issue. I'd rather have to know, hey, this might be delayed, or hey, IBKR might be delayed. It's just a matter of figuring out which one's which. Yeah. Sorry for that long pause of silence. I was actually reading, doing my research, actually doing the homework on the broker, even after I've already signed up for them. I knew the limitations, that it only allows for certain ones, certain markets, right? And I'm completely okay with that. I know HeroFX is the same way, very limited markets, and you can't merge that with TradingView. IBKR you can, but HeroFX you can't. So what I'm thinking is I will learn TradingView, and I'll do the hard method first. I'll get IBKR set up. I'll have my money in. I'll get that income in. And of course, before I even get to actually real money, real market stuff, before I do that, I will absolutely make sure I am green for 3 months per TJR Trades video. I will commit to that wholeheartedly. I will be 3 months in the green, and then from there I will go to IBKR, and this is within those same 3 months I'm green on it, right? I'm looking at IBKR every other weekend, and I'm learning their platform. I'm learning exactly how to navigate it, so it's not a problem. I can even set it up to where it looks kind of like TradingView in a sense, and from there I can go ahead and make my trades. Whether or not I'm going to be profitable is going to be entirely dependent on what I see and how it happens to be when I get into IBKR's portal and actually start trading with them. Once a decent amount has been made, I will then transition between IBKR to HeroFX. HeroFX is kind of in line with TradingView. It's a little delayed, which means TradingView is going to have a head start into as a telegraphed feature compared to HeroFX, and we're going to use all our chart work on TradingView, keep it nice and simple, and then from there we'll swap between the two, get it to where we need to go. We're not taking 2 trades in a single day. We're taking 1 trade in a single day, period, because I'm not comfortable with risking 2 different amounts on 2 different platforms and missing a lot on one or too much on another. Not happening. Not going to happen. No, absolutely not. With that being the case, I think I've done pretty good so far. We are 30 minutes out from pre-market open. I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back. All right, so we are just before pre-market open, right? We're actually about to get an alarm because we're 10 minutes out from it. We're on the 30-minute looking at stuff. I see here a fair value gap, an imbalance price can move up to. I think we're in the right for this fair value gap. This is an inverse fair value gap. This is an inverse fair value gap. Price is going to continue moving higher from off of this confluence here. We have, as well, this fair value gap was inverted per this candle here. I think price is going to continue moving higher because it has made an imbalance since, and we have 1, 2, 3 confirmations that yes, price is going to continue moving higher. How high, we don't know. Because of the FOMC, I'm tempted to say it'll hit this key level, dance around, and then continue. That is what our hope is. How are we going to see and learn and do this trade if it comes time to it? I think he's going to touch this, At that point, we need to be on the game when it does, because it'll be fast when it comes down. Once it's as low as it can get and all our building blocks are set and understood, we'll wait until after this line here. Again, once this line has been crossed and we see that price is in a discount, we will press buy and watch price soar. Let's make sure the confluences are the same over here. This fair value gap right here was in fact inverted. Where? On this candle here. Per the inverse fair value gap, price should move higher. How high? At least to the key level. We're waiting for it to hit this one specifically. In the event it doesn't and it proceeds to move down here, I'm expecting a small decline back down. It'll probably clear some imbalance in here. I'm thinking there was no sweep there, no imbalance there, no imbalance there. That right there was pretty much cleared. It might clear that imbalance, though at the same time, this filled that right there, the breaker block. So I think with what I know right now at this point in time, price is going to continue moving higher. It has no reason to come down here at the moment, though it has an opportunity to use this low to push price lower. I don't believe it's going to go lower. I think it's going to go higher. Again, we're just waiting for those confluences to hit. We're waiting for our key point to get hit. Once it does, we'll come back, narrow down searches, get it underway, call it a day. We do have a fair value gap at the moment right here. And it's not inverse fair value gap because this was completely filled. We have a small fair value gap, which means I do believe price will touch, come back down, clear this, invert it. That's our sign of continuation. It'll move higher. All we need to do is wait for that break of structure back to the upside on the 1 minute. From there, we'll see it move much, much, much higher. That's what I think it'll do. Again, we gotta wait until it hits key level. We're technically still in London session. We are literally 10 minutes out from our pre-market open on New York Stock Exchange. So we're gonna go ahead and pause recording, and we'll be right back when it hits the key level. Okay, so we've officially hit pre-market open. It is 8 a.m. real time. Looking at the chart, hardly anything's changed. We've moved from 30 minutes to an hour just to stick with our lovely setup here. Right, we're starting on the 1 hour and 4 hour, looking for liquidity sweeps and of course session highs and lows to get hit. Once that's pretty much there, it's just a matter of waiting for price to hit the key level we're wanting. I think it's going to hit this top level here, and so we're going to wait for that. We have not broke structure. We are still in an uptrend. Ergo, we are going to wait for that hit. Once it does, I imagine one of two things is going to happen. Either A, we're going to wick this top key level here, at which point price will come down, right? Back into our lovely gap, our price range, our equilibrium, our set zone, right? This gap. From there, it's a matter of setting up our building blocks, waiting for, of course, after this line to trade. Again, this is on the hour. Once this has been hit, and we're pretty much confident that this has been hit, we'll just keep building down. Per this strategy, we're looking to take a buy entry, so we have to wait for price to come down, right? Wait for that break of structure back to the upside on the 5 minute. From there, we have to, actually, I'm sorry. Per this right here, we're waiting on that break of structure, right, on the 5 minute that says it's coming down back into its retrace, right? We wait on the 5 minute for either a fair value gap to form, a breaker block, an order block, or an equilibrium. That will either happen in one large wick, or one large candle down, right? 1 wick, 2 wick, gap in the middle. Breaker block will have a retrace up, it'll fail. Or an order block will have a complete retrace on a downside, which will bring it back up to here. Equilibrium means price just falls into here if we can't identify any of those three. And then after we identify at least one of these three under the correct set of confluences listed above, we move to the 1 minute, at which point we look for a break of structure. The break of structure we're looking for is back to the upside and inverse fair value gap, which means we had a fair value gap form. We're waiting for, guess what, it to get closed above, at which point we press buy, let it soar higher, and take profit. That is the strategy. I think I nailed every single one of those. I think I nailed it. I'm getting good at understanding what market does and how it does its thing. I know what it looks like. I know how to identify it. I am not versed, but I'm in it. I know what I'm looking at now. At the moment, we are waiting on the hourly. I'm not going to move down to the 30-minute because we made that mistake last time. I'm not doing it again. On the hourly, we're going to hit a key level. At that point, we'll be back when key levels are hit. I've been waiting for a minute now. My butt hurts. I need to stop doing this. I need to exercise more while on this waiting period, right? I done forgot what I even said the last time I said it, because guess what? We were right on this candle when I said it. But we are still waiting on price to hit a key level before we can take a trade. And I am bound determined. If this price right here, time, if this time right here, 10:38, never after 10:30 a.m. will I take a trade. 10:30 comes and 10:30 goes, I will be ending this video, and man, will it have been an uneventful one, because I was fully committed to taking a trade today. Let's see what news did, because clearly it changed. Otherwise, we'd have seen something. Double FOMC still. It is now 9:21. We are past 9, which means both the orange folders are done, toast, gone out the way. Yeah, nothing much has changed. 10 a.m. in an hour, we have the first FOMC folder, and then at 1 p.m., second FOMC folder. That's what we're waiting on right now. Otherwise, I'd be asleep. So, yeah, this is what we're waiting on. I'll go ahead and skip to the good part, because chances are, if this doesn't hit a level we want in the next, we have until 10:30 until it hits what we want. What is with the chart right now? Are we where we need to be to trade? No, we are not. We're waiting on the hour for a price to hit a key level. On both charts. Just so we're on the same page. We're waiting so patiently. NASDAQ is telling the future of this. We want to go down. This wants to go up. Let's watch NASDAQ. See what it does. That being the case, we'll be right back. Don't know why I decided to click on another app when I meant to press on pause on the record. In either case, hi, what's up, hello. We have, on the NASDAQ, a key level hit. From the hour, we scale down to the 5-minute on both. Because the NASDAQ is telling what's going to happen on the S&P. We're not going to look at the S&P. We're going to look at the NASDAQ specifically. What are we looking now for on the 5-minute? A break of structure, an inverse fair value gap, or an SMT divergence. And boy, does it look like we have an SMT divergence. Because if that candle closes, nope. S&P's following suit. Gold. That's what we are after. It looks as though we do have an SMT divergence on the NASDAQ. It is saying, in fact, we are going to be moving down. We have an SMT divergence right here. Clear indication of S&P lagging behind NASDAQ. So what is going to happen? We're going to take a trade off of the S&P. What are we looking for? We were looking for a long. Why? Because we haven't broke structure yet. Except, we haven't broke structure yet. This is the bottom of the retracement that we're looking at the moment. So what are we looking for? We are looking not for the SMT divergence because we've already identified that yes, it's going to go down, right? But we are looking for either a break of structure or an inverse fair value gap. We do have a fair value gap here, which means we need our price to come up into this zone and clear and close above this fair value gap right here. This is what we're looking for to close. We're just going to mark that nice and bright there. Gold. Boom. Do we have the same fair value gap over here? We do. However, this is showing no imbalance. It is labeled as an imbalance on this, though, because price, though it came up, it did not clear this. And so we are going to see exactly that happen. We're going to see price come up and clear that imbalance. That is what we're looking for. I think our purview, though, is going to change just a slight bit from a buy position to a short position. Because our first key level was hit here, we are not within trading time yet. Just want to point that out. We're not there yet. If this fair value gap is respected on the 5-minute, price is going to continue moving down, and so our idea is going to change from that of a long position to a short position. Just so we're on the same page. It might not have cleared fair value gap on the NASDAQ, but it did clear it on the S&P 500, as we could see here. It did in fact reach that level of clearing, so there is no imbalance. If this candle closes below it, it's a respected fair value gap. Price is going to continue moving down. If it is a disrespected fair value gap, we have a closure above it. We'll see price continue moving higher, at which point we'll be looking for that inverse fair value gap to happen, at which point we'll scale down from that 5-minute confirmation to our 5-minute continuation confluences, making sure things are nice and tidy. I want to take a trade on the S&P 500. Let's see what market does in the next. This is the 5-minute, so we have 1, 2, 3 15-minute candles. Sorry, 5-minute candles. 15 minutes total before our trade time starts. We are 3 minutes out in real time, 15 minutes off on the chart itself. Ouch. Let's see what happens. We have 1:52, and right now it is going far above that. Looks like we are venturing higher into the inverse fair value gap territory, which is gold. That's confirmation that we do in fact have a reversal up here and that price is going to continue lower. Actually, it would be the inverse. What am I doing? It would be confirmation that this was in fact a liquidity sweep. And so when the inverse fair value gap occurs, we need to be prepared to move from that to identify either a breaker block, order block, fair value gap, or find equilibrium. Just so we're on the same page, equilibrium looks something like... That's not a good idea. Dang, it went down that far. And I can't see past this. Can I move this? I can't move that. Sad. I don't care. We'll try it this way. Boom, all the way down to about... It's lower than that. Much lower. Right about there. That's equilibrium. In the event we cannot identify any of the other ones. We have not. come to the need of using this equilibrium yet. We're just putting it here just so we're on the same page. Looks like we do have an inverse for value gap on the S&P, which means we are going to get that same inverse for value gap on the NASDAQ. Looks like they've traded places. Yep. Sorry for the ears being blasted. We have an inverse for value gap on this, which means price is going to continue higher on the S&P. We can expect the same from here. From there, we move right down to our for value gap, breaker block, order block, equilibrium, continuation, confluence on the 5-minute. Breaker block there. Respected breaker block would mean we have candle go up to, but not close above, or actually, it wouldn't. It would be a what's it called? The wick won't go above it. It'll close close to it, and the wick will be like right at it, but it won't close above. I'm treating this right here as a breaker block. Why? Because it's a failed retrace. Shows imbalance in the market, lack of buy orders, price pushed lower. We had, as a result from that, liquidity sweep, price went down. From there, we have a fair value gap that was cleared, respected. We see a price movement back down from here. Are we seeing the same thing on the S&P? This was inverted on the S&P, but not inverted on the NASDAQ. I believe NASDAQ is still telling the future of the S&P 500, just so we're on the same page. From S&P, we have a fair value gap. We want continuation on the S&P. We'd be looking for the break of structure and inverse for value gap confirmation that yes, price is going to continue moving higher. Yeah. We are not within game day. We're not in game time yet. We have to wait until 9:50. We have to wait until the candles form at 9:50 for us to actually get a trade off. That's just how it works. I think we can count that green candle as a breaker block for the confluences. We have a fair value gap that was supposed to be turned inverse, but instead it's showing us the imbalance. There's a lack of buy orders in the market, and so we have a failed retrace to the buy side. As a result, we're looking at either on the next move, break of structure, which means we create a new low, right? From there, we can pretty much go ahead and say, okay, price is going to move higher, which is our definite, like the break of structure on that new low would be our definite confirmation on that. Looks like price is all the way down to there. That's good. Are we doing the same thing over here? We're getting there. We have a minute 22 on that candle. We have a minute. It's the same time frame either way. Price is cleared down into here. We do have an inverse for value gap. We are about to, I believe, break structure on this candle here. It is making a new low, but it is a higher low and not a lower one. Ergo, we are going to continue higher. We are not within our time to trade. We are not within our time to trade. Blah, 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 blah. This is your lane for landing. Let's wait and see what happens. We have 42 seconds for this candle to close and for the candle just before where we are supposed to be looking for a trade. What do I think is going to happen? I think price is going to continue higher based off the confluences here. This spells out we are going to move higher. This is the retrace down off of the larger time frame. So we're looking for a price to hit key levels on the high side. I'm going to go ahead and mark those now. We have high there. We have high here. We have a high. There. I think these are reasonable highs to hit. Let's see what's happening. We did break structure. We made a higher low here. Now we got to confirm break of structure, higher high. This would make this candle, and the next candle would make this the inverse for value gap that we were looking for on the 5-minute. FOMC is going to take hold here in a second because it'll dance. You'll see it. It'll dance around on that same level. So we just got to wait it out. I think our idea is wrong per the breaker block though, because it's a sign of continuation that price is going to be moving down. I think we're going to get the fair value gap first. An order block is like it causes the liquidity sweep on a downtrend. Right now, for this, we are in a downtrend. However, this, I say however, this right here looks more like an order block to me. Why? Because we have a leg down and then a leg up. And we crashed through that, sweeping this liquidity on this low here. think this was a respected fair value gap, so I'm going to get rid of that. We're now waiting on this candle closure here, and after its closure and the next one's open, we are within our time to look for a trade. And I'm very tempted, based off of what I'm seeing right now, to go off the fair value gap. Knowing this is a retrace and it could continue down, or it could reverse and go back higher. What am I looking for prices to do? Continue one way or the other. If I see a sign of reversal, start from there, work our way backwards. Say backwards, work our way back through the building blocks until we get a designated set of trade. Right now, we're working off a down trend. There's our green candle. Let's see what it does. I'm not going to mark anything. I'm just going to wait patiently. I think this was a liquidity sweep, an inbound sweep, because it cleared this fair value gap. So as a result, we have the reversal sign here. Because of there being no imbalance now, it moves lower. We have an inverse fair value gap, signaling sign of continuation. Price barrels on down. We have a minute for this candle here to close. Looks like we're going to get another fair value gap. From this fair value gap, we're going to move on to the next building block, so we're on the same page. We're looking for a sign of continuation that's going to keep moving down. That sign of continuation, I believe, on the 5. Yeah, we're already at the sign of continuation. We're looking at fair value gap. Price is going to move lower. 36 seconds after we see that fair value gap, we're going for the 1 minute. We're looking for a break of structure. That means we're making a new high, or actually a higher low, and a higher high. After which we're looking for either that or an inverse fair value gap. And after that, man, is my brain all jumbled, jumbled, jangled, because I cannot think like in straight lines. I see this, right? I'm going for it. This is the strategy I'm sticking to. You don't stop listening to me. Look at this. This is the step we're on. When this can't, yeah, we're already on the step. So, boom, we have a fair value gap right here. Boom, boom. What are we waiting on? Break of structure on the 1 minute. Boom. Or an inverse fair value gap. Inverse fair value gap. That is what we are on. Value gap on the same candle for both. This is on the 5-minute. We have another for value gap right here. We got two mini for value gaps, one here, one there. So there is an imbalance here. Breaker block, that price is going to continue moving down. I think we're going to run a short position instead of a long position. We're just waiting on an inverse for value gap is all. If by 10:30 we cannot find our inverse for value gap or break of structure, we're going to call it. That'll be the video. Price is seriously tanking. We even got a break fair value gap on the 1 minute right here. NASDAQ doing the same thing? Yep. Yes, it is. It's got two. One there, assuming this right here does not invert this. If the NASDAQ inverts this right here, not this candle, but this right here, if it inverts this off of this candle right here, we're going to look for that on the S&P as well. And from there, we're going to press buy. Buy. No. Continuation, that price is going to go down. Sell. Sell high, buy low. That's how that works. I have not done a check on that either. I know where I'm putting my stop loss. Take profits, I have not messed with though. We have not inverted it yet. We have a break of structure here. Higher low, higher high. We're doing the same on this? Yes, we are. Higher low, higher high. What do I think price is going to do? I think it's going to run higher. This is probably a bad idea. Probably. I think that was a bad idea. Comment section. I think it was. This is going to be a learning experience for me right now. Because I am at my wit's end, tired, right? I'm actually very tired. We have an inverse value gap too, which is a sign of continuation down. I think my idea is wrong. I want to reverse this position. Just to give us some room for breathing. Right quick, let's go ahead and put it just above. Right about there. Just above the fair value gaps, right? There's a stop loss. This is already a terrible trade. This is awful because I have yet to. We're going to scale up to the 5-minute real quick. Our take profit set way down here. This was our most recent low, so we can do this right here. Boom. Boom. And boom. This is entirely wild of me to do. Entirely. Actually wild. Like, I don't do this. I should not do this. Let's go back down to the 1 minute. This is on the S&P 500. We have a break of structure on the 1 minute, which is our final confirmation that price is going to continue moving down per this leg down. Why do I think I'm wrong? Go ahead and readjust our stop loss. Negative 900? No, that doesn't look right. I think right there works for stop loss. I think it does. It cleared the imbalance. For this wake up right here, it cleared and filled the imbalance of orders off of this breaker right here. Just so we're on the same page, price is not within equilibrium, which makes this even more risky because this idea might very well be wrong. This could be a mini retracement within the trend, which is entirely possible, entirely plausible. How do I feel about this trade? I feel confident we use up all of our confluences right down to the minute, but at the same time, I also feel like I could have done a better job at identifying on the continuation confluences, specifically what I wanted it to do, where it was going, right? Um, I need to do a better job at identifying continuation confluences before jumping ship and going straight to the 1 minute for it. I understand I need to be really, really quick about doing that. Do I feel confident in my decision on reversing my position? Kinda. I say kinda because I know in the general scheme of things, like on the 5 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 minute, we were in an uptrend. On the one, I said 1 minute, 30 minute on the 1 hour, we were in an uptrend, and we still are in an uptrend. We still are, and I'm fully convinced this is just a retrace. Do I think price is going to continue lower? Maybe. Maybe. That is the whole point behind this trade specifically. If I lose this trade, it'll be because I failed to recognize continuation confluence when I should have early on. And that's entirely on me. I need to know to identify those continuation confluences as they form. They cannot be half baked. They have to form completely first. And then from that, we can make a safe assumption based on previous data and the rest of our building blocks that yes, price is going to continue in one direction. Poor buddy. I don't know if y'all can hear the crying in the background. He's been running a fever the past couple of days. We've been trying to keep it down, get him some medicine that he needs. He's not liking the sore throat. I don't blame him. Not fun having a sore throat. Just not. He'll be fine. No doubt. Our leverage is 20-1. I think those are bad odds. I think they are. I think I made two mistakes. The first is not identifying the continuation confluences like I was supposed to properly. And then the second was setting a huge profit to loss ratio. And as a result, I overestimated what I might have gotten. And I do believe that the stop loss is set entirely too close to our entrance. Per the market, what we've got, we entered on this candle here, right? Which is roughly where we wanted to enter at. Because I think price is going to continue moving down per this retrace, I'm going to move this higher. Why? Because I'm a tad concerned. And we're going to keep it above this. We're not going to move it a second time. We're just going to leave it there. Mm. 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 We'll see what happens. Rookie moves, rookie mistakes. I'm a rookie. I'm willing to accept that. I wish to accept it. I believe this is the FOMC I was talking about earlier. Huge leg down. It's just a tug of war back and forth until it moves. Man, when it moves, it's going to be big. Whatever it is, it's about to go. This consolidation is the clearance of the fair value gap, so I'm all for waiting. I'm all for it. If we take our first take profit, I'm willing to move the stop loss back down to where I had it before, just because I know I will have had that much money come back my way. Keep it simple. We'll go until we get stopped out, and it'll be after we've taken a profit off this trade. First take profit hit. We're going to go ahead and throw this down here. Do I want to try and move my take profit? I don't know. Should I? Already halfway there. I think we're safe to move down here. I think we're okay. Comment section. I think we're okay. I think we're good. We hit our second take profit. I'll be moving position lower. We might actually get to experiment with the take or the stop loss being moved to the position, and from that position lower from there. It's a bright sunny day outside. For a Wednesday, it ain't that bad. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. I know or afternoon, morning for me. I guess it's on the verge of your guys' afternoon at this point. You'll be seeing this video about 3, 4 p.m. somewhere in there. So, happy Wednesday. Hope you had a wonderful morning. Hope you're having a great afternoon. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tonight on a Just Chatting stream. And I am thinking we're going to have some fun. I'm going to have some fun on this chatting stream. Not going to lie. I'm going to have some fun. I'm actually going to put mind to action on more than just video games and day trading. I honestly can't wait. Hope you guys are ready for it. This is going to be awesome. I think I'd like to protect this position. So let's see what I could do. Can I? So how do I like to protect it? I'd like to make sure I keep what I just got. It's a 4.18 risk to reward ratio. I'd like to move it down. There we go. Partial close. Boom. I'd like to sell not 1 unit, but let's say, what's the point of partially closing? For learning how to partial close, I'd like to sell 1 unit at 581150, but for some reason that's our entrance, right? That's our entry. I don't want to sell what we have on entry. I want to sell up to that and continue with profit down low. Let's see what we got here. So 1 unit was this. I'm wanting to sell 1 point. Let's see if I can do that. This partial close. This 0.1 exceeds the position size. 0.1 exceeds 0.1. So how do I do this? Comment section. How do I do this? Because my understanding was when you partial close, it closes up to the amount you entered, and then you can like continue, right? Hmm. Hmm. split the trade into multiple trades and set your take profit for each trade. It has to be a different amount. Example, you want to buy a total of 100 units, place order for 50,001, then immediately place another order for 49,000. And place take profit for each order wherever you want. If you want 3 different take profits, then break up your 100,000 into 3 trades, 31, 34, 35. Okay. So if I want to set multiple take profits, I will have to set up limit orders. And in order to do that, I would need to enter the market again after closing a position and then choosing to put a buy stop below where I think I'm going to be taking my first take profit. When that's done, I need to re-enter the market again on a sell order. At that point, I would need for it to continue lower, take another take profit, take close position on that take profit, let it stop me out, or the buy stop me out, right? Once that limit order is hit, do it again, rinse, repeat until I think we are good. Stop losses are set just above the most recent highs, so that way it'll just continue collecting as time goes on. And from that, we can pretty much assume that we will have what we are after. All the take profits wanting to be done, all the targets. If you enjoyed this kind of content, drop a like. If you find yourself on the comeback or are new and think this is some insightful stuff we're doing here, consider subscribing. Comment below what other content you'd like to see on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. We'll continue, just so we're on the same page. We're not ending video just yet. We're continuing this. We're waiting for this to continue on down so we can move our stop loss again. I don't think I'm concerned about this. What I'm concerned about is this, though. I'm going to keep that visible so you can see it quite clearly. I think we're about to be on the downside again. Another leg down. It'll probably hit this take profit here, at which point we'll go ahead and move our stop loss. I want to protect the position. I want to take this. I want to move it down. I want to make sure this is allocated for in the paper trading panel. Once that's done and out the way, we just continue with the move down until we are done and satisfied. So I think my best option, because I'm realizing how tedious this is, how to look at it, how slow it is. I understand it's real time that I'm waiting on to pass to see if my trade idea was correct. And so far, it's been correct. What I'm looking for is a way to do this kind of content, post it, and also do the gaming content at the same time, right? Because this is my version of notes. Like, I've taken a bunch of notes, just typed it up into a notepad. That's one thing. But to have this on a chart and me wanting to actually have it for a presentation when it's needed to be, this is my way of taking those notes. My bread and butter is gaming, but that's only going to last so long if I can't get the subscribers needed to actually make money off of playing games. So then becomes the question, what do I do now? What's the move? Right now I'm making some leaps and bounds progress on stuff that I have been wanting to do for the past 4 years. The gaming stuff came with the investment stuff. I've been able to play my games, and I've actually been able to invest in a setup that is worthwhile having. Now comes the question of, how do I make money off of this? And the only answer I've come up with is experiment with the algorithm. Because right now I'm streaming almost all night long. The video from it's getting posted in the middle of the night. And then I don't wake up. I stay awake. All the way till about 7 a.m. where I hop online and I begin to chart. See where I'm at with the day trading thing and if I'm actually going to take a trade or not, right? That's what I've been doing so far. And I'm more and more tempted every single day to change it. Because this time frame works clearly for day trading. It works well for day trading. However, my gaming stuff is suffering a little bit. And I feel like as much as I get done now on this time frame, on this sleep schedule, it would be 100 times better if I had the day to work in. Because I'm not just playing a game, I'm working that entire time. I'm actually having work thoughts, work related, us having fun and being entertaining at the same time, and us having that there to go. I'm not sacrificing sleep because I'm getting enough sleep. I'm just sacrificing when I get to sleep. Yeah. A lot on my mind as of recently. I want to walk away, but at the same time, I kind of don't. This is part of the psychology thing. I'm glued to the screen. And I could go for a quick bite, just a snack, something small. Hmm. Hmm. I have ideas that are potential game changers. But the question is, are they available per interactive brokers setup? If they are, then it's a worthwhile risk because I know what I'd be losing. IBKR has a pretty fair standard of pass one, get another. So, hmm. Hmm. I got a lot to think about. I almost want to close this position, but at the same time, I want to see it through. I want to see our second take profit get hit. I want to see it happen. Because I know this idea was a shabby one, but it proved itself right. So I'd like to see the second take profit hit. Hope you're enjoying your day so far. Looks about the same, doesn't it? Just about. comment section, for those of you who have any experience, do you know what these arrows are right here? These two don't make sense to me. I don't know what those arrows are indicating. I thought they were where I entered and exit, but I haven't exited the market. And I've been staring at it since about 2.5 hours before this gray line right here. So, and I only entered. Actually, yeah, I entered like on that candle there. But I didn't leave the market there. I'm still in it. I haven't been stopped out. We haven't taken our take profit yet. We're just waiting for it to come back down, dip into this right here. I'm tempted to end this trade on this take profit here. Like, I will close the position if it hits this, because I am tired and I'd very much like to see this trade over with for the day. Seems like we're going to have a storm here soon. It's bright, calm, and windy outside. Called it. Saturday and Sunday. Looks like it'll be a dizzy. The only reason I'm looking at the MACD is to look at where price is and where it might actually wind up crossing. The whole point behind selling high and buying low is to look at these lines. When the blue crosses the orange, that's your prime time to sell because it's at a high point. Wait for it to drop a lot. Boom, there you go. This would have been a prime time to buy right here. Per the, what's it called? Per the MACD. It would have actually been right here. But had we have seen this coming right here on the sell move right here, which is actually where we caught our trade, like right in there, right? We watched it come up. We would have had profit there. So now we're waiting on price to come back down. It needs to cross and then plummet. Looks like we've just entered a fair sell mode right there. There it goes, crossing, which means we're about to see a huge leap down. This is what we've been after for a minute now. We've been waiting for this one. Let's see what it does. Something tells me we're not going to get our second take profit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait intentionally. I'm going to wait for us to hit this take profit right here, right? Just this one. It'll dip below it, and I'll close the position from there. We'll call it a day. Move on. I think it's going to continue moving down. I think it's going to continue moving down. And it has crossed. The MACD has. I think a lesson to be learned with this video, when you see take profit get hit, specifically in the fashion I'm trading, look for other low variables, like low key point take profit zones, right, elsewhere. So that way, when it dips into this, we're not looking for it to dip back in. Instead, we just close position here, call it a day. Because this was a phenomenal success on this right here that we could have easily taken home about $600 from. And I'd have been happy with that in a day. I'd have been happy with that, guaranteed, without question. I'd have been happy with $600 right there. I'm gonna stand up right quick. Whew, yeah. I've been sitting there for a minute. Ugh. Gosh. Sometimes it's just that good to stretch your legs. Not as much needed. As much as I'm tempted to leave the trade, I'm also quite curious to see how far down it goes. Psychology, discipline. Take what you have before you lose what you could have gotten. Take what you had before you could have lost. Let me get that right one day. Hi. How you doing? Talking out my mind. Going crazy. Comment section. I can't wait to get some shut eye. We've pushed back into take profit. Yay. Looks like we're on a steady downhill right now. It's going to continue the trend down. For that liquidity sweep right there, I'm kind of expecting it to just drop here in the next couple of candles. At the same time, I know it's got to retrace every now and then, so the hope is there. Just waiting for it. Hope. I have faith in my trade. It's a good one. It's like fishing. Though I've really been. I know what it feels like to fight a fish. Trying to get it above water. Feels just like that. Just watching this market feels like that. And here we go. I imagine if I had the stamina, the patience, stamina, the discipline to stay up longer, to get more out of this trade, I guarantee you I probably would. However, I think I'm satisfied with this trade as is. 2 take profits on a 4-to-1 trade. We technically got away with a 2-to-1 trade. Those odds are okay for me. We gave ourselves the wiggle room needed, so we weren't stopped out by inverse fair value gap. Every fair value gap was respected. Every single one of them was, with the exception of the 1 minute, and that was only on continuation confluences that we used that. I think we're good. I think we are. We have one imbalance right there. That was just swept. That was just cleared. Do we call it there? Comment section? Do we? I want to see what this next candle has to bring. I want to see what happens. Well then. Looks like the market knows where it's going. Looks like we're about to hit our second take profit. Just so we're on the same page, comment section. As soon as we close below it and we see a green candle up, I'm closing the position. I'm taking that happy, positive all the way home because that is exactly where I intend to go with all of it. Successful trade day. Patience is needed. Next time we're going to be much more confident in our bias for the continuation confluence. And the stop loss will be set way before everything else is. And our take profits are going to go a mile. We're going to go in depth on take profits because I really need to figure out how to identify them. A reasonable identification of each one, so that way it's not a gap between this one here, because this is a little crazy. This right here, kind of reasonable. Though it's entirely possible. Gotta know when to hold them. Gotta know when to walk away. Sure, some of you older folks watch this video. You'd probably appreciate that. If you're a fan of Kenny Rogers, like this video. Consider subscribing if you like the rest of the content you see. Comment below what your favorite song is. I like The Gambler. Gambler's good. Look at that, chat. Comment section. We are below our second take profit. First trade where we've hit 2 take profits. I'm happy with this trade. Very happy. Our official stop order is right here at 17.75. That's where we're at with it. Do we want to wait and see? Comment section? Do we want to see? We're on the verge of in the afternoon, like high noon. We're 30 minutes out from high noon. Let's see if we can get all the way down here. I doubt we can. I'm tempted to say if we go like right in here, right? Oh no, we might be at our wits' end right here with this one. Looking at the MACD specifically. Yeah, because that's coming back up on a retrace. That makes sense. I think I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. We made almost $900 off that one trade. Comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you're newer on the comeback. That was that has been my most successful trade to date. I honestly cannot wait for tomorrow's trade to see what it's going to bring us. Good trading, happy day. Have a great Wednesday.